Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 10 of Starsector, which originally aired live on Twitch. Before we get started, I want to give you all a little bit of a disclaimer and also a spoiler for the content of episodes 6 through 10. So if you don't want it spoiled for you, please skip ahead about 20 seconds. The stream, otherwise known as episodes 6 through 10, we spend the vast majority of the time trying to survey the galaxy. Now, surveying the galaxy is absolutely required if you'd like to colonize worlds, but I completely understand if it's not the most riveting content to watch, so feel free to skip these episodes, or alternatively, hop around in the timeline to try to find things you want to watch. Otherwise, be prepared for a lot of surveying. Let's get started. Yeah, this series, this stream, I gotta say, I've been getting oh! Jungle World, right underneath me. It sucks. It's arid, desert. It's too bad that Jungle World sucks, because this would have been an awesome system. Because there's 3 highly colonizable worlds. The Jungle World has better, this desert or arid world has better farmland than the Jungle World. I'm being trolled by RNG. Okay, so yeah, the problem with the place I found, Mending, whatever it's called, is there's not it has poor farmland, and that's about all it has. It has one volcanic world that has some transplutonics, but like there is not a whole lot of benefit to that world specifically, which is why I've been searching anyway. The world that you pick will heavily determine how strong your galactic economy is, and as a result, how strong your military is, because your military funds your economy. And finding or colonizing average worlds will give you, you know, an underwhelming fleet of ships. But it sucks because I'm hopping around everywhere, looking everywhere, and I'm not finding a whole lot of, I'm not getting a whole lot of leads here. Now, another thing I could do, alternatively, is just bounty hunt and things like that. And then anytime a exploration pops up for, like, here's 2 explorations. There's a habitable world at, well, I've already surveyed that habitable world. But anytime there's an exploration opportunity to survey something that looks good, I could always take that. And that would sort of direct and guide me to worlds that might be worth colonizing. But a lot of the times those missions have you going to the edge of the galaxy, and the edge of the galaxy is really no place to form your galactic empire, because it will be so far from everything else that the commute alone will make you want to fly into the sun. And this seed that I have just has very underwhelming systems. Just a bunch of garbage, essentially. At least there's ruins on this one. Not even nice ruins. Very average yield ruins. Hey, Straw Hat. And another one down. All right. Surveying and self-improvement are the... Yeah. I would say surveying is self-improvement, because as soon as I can find a place that I want to settle down to. Now, I guess at this point, I might need to pull the trigger and just colonize something that's less than ideal. And just know that, now, this place looks good. Terran Eccentric and 2 Desert Worlds? Hey, this has possibility here. Okay, the ores here are like blah, but the Terran Eccentric could be really good. Or the Tundra, even. It's the first true Terran world that we found, even if it is eccentric, outside of core. Bunch of moderate ore. So nothing special yet. Ruins here. Just it. Wow, this desert world is the worst. This desert world has, take a look. Scattered ruins, extreme weather, and hot. Cool. We found Death Valley, the world. So here's the Terran Eccentric. Rich, rare, adequate farm, abundant organics. It's not bad, but unfortunately the rest of the planets in the system are a joke. So this system is about, I would say it's about on par with Mangdindurus or whatever the other one that we found was called. But Mangandusa. But Mangandusa is far closer to the core worlds, so I would say it wins out. Even though the worlds here are a little bit worse, Mangandusa is a lot closer. Because the distance to core here is, I don't know, 20 light years, and Mangandusa's distance to core is like 5 light years. So, okay. Well, we have a few more that I'm going to pop over to. I'm going to do Mangrilla. Maybe Mangrilla has the Shangri-La. Hey, Light Phoenix. Thanks for the resub. Yeah, this system is trying to be the best. Hey, Jungle World. I don't know. This constellation has some potential. Especially clustered together. So that's another thing, is if you don't find one system that's awesome, 2 systems close by that are good is okay. This jungle world isn't terrible, and I found a gamma core, so no complaints from me. Rocky Ice World. I would say that there is one more solar system I have to go to in this constellation, and if that solar system is above average, this might be a good place to go. It's a little far out of the way, but there is a bit of an advantage of something a little far out of the way, which is that when enemy fleets are coming to mess with you, they take longer to get to you, so you have more advanced warning. The problem is if you're on the other side of the galaxy, and they're going to get there anyway. They're going to get there before you. What's the endgame like? You start to colonize worlds, and then you use the money and wealth of those colonized worlds to wage wars against other factions. The game is still under development, and there's a lot left to be done. So I don't know what the actual end game will be when the game releases at 1.0. But in its current state, you make alliances and you fight other factions. Oh, no thank you. What is my frame rate here? Let me take a look. I have a refresh rate built into my monitor. Yeah, this is 60. 63 frames right now. You can see in the settings. Oh, the graphic settings might even be. I have to go to the menu. Barren desert. And automated defenses. So there's probes all over this system, but this system's pretty lame so far. The hazard ratings of all these planets are decently high, with not a lot of resource potential. Oh yeah, the frames are right here. Yeah, 63. There is a survey ship, though. It's probably heavily guarded. Yep, heavily guarded. So this is potentially a place to come back to Alpha Sundra. Because there's a ton of survey data to be grabbed here if we destroy those ships. But we're really not in the position to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to survey Mengrela, and then we'll do something else. For the remaining time, maybe I do some bounty hunting or something like that. Actually take some combat ships out and get my butt kicked again. As is tradition. Because it's been a stream of disappointing surveys. Right, buddy? Yoda agrees. Oh yeah. This system looks awesome. Not a single planet to be seen. still probes. Alright, let's get out of here. There's nothing here other than one probe. So I think the RNG chance was that, like, the area that I am now is just full of probes for some reason. What's the game about? Exclamation mark about. We'll tell you. A lone desert planet. Not likely to have much. So yeah, again, to reiterate what I'm currently doing, I am trying to find a solar system that has a lot of colonizable potential for me to then invest considerable amounts of my wealth into building up industries on the planets to then fund a navy to mess with other factions. But without finding a solar system that has good colonies or good planets to colonize, I don't get to do any of the other stuff. So I think the best leads that I have are I have two okay leads, but they're not great. Having played before, they're just decent. Let me hide behind this planet. They're just decent, and that's it. Come on, pass. Stupid orbiting body. Okay, there we go. More probes. Ultra-rich ore deposit location. Could be interesting. Could be nothing. Could be one of those, like, terrible volcanic planets that you don't ever really colonize. There was something else here, though. There was some other probe ship or something that I wanted to investigate. Oh, it's just a Mercury-class shuttle? Nah, never mind. Do not care. Yeah, this is a, what is this, a neutron star? Yeah, it's a neutron star blasting out material. And it would do considerable damage to the ships if I flew into that, so no thanks. Looks like we're gonna switch it up to some bounty hunting. So let me head over to Yama, and what I'm gonna do is actually probably buy some new combat ships. The ships I currently have are like demodded wolves. They're not very good. I have a lot of money, and I can sell some of the synchrotron core. I could sell maybe a synchrotron core and maybe sell or hand over a bunch of the AI cores, the gamma and beta AI cores, for my guess is something around 1.5 mil. And then we'll invest in a fleet that is capable of some bounty hunting. Mix it up with some cruisers, carriers, attack fighters, and we'll do that for the remaining 45 minutes. How's that sound? So, fleet up for bounty hunting. I might also change the class of ship I'm in. The next step up, so I'm in a destroyer, and then you have cruisers, and then you have battleships. Battleships are okay, but they're really slow, and they're probably still out on my price point. And cruisers, oh crap. There's some crazy pirate raid going on here. Yep, and I jumped in despite being warned. Oh, God. Okay, let me disengage by using my story points. Yeah! Do that a lot. What the hell is going on? All right, the pirates have gone to full-blown war in this system. And I just buzzed by all of them. Let me save and get the hell out of here. You've never seen Starsector this smooth? Smooth as butter. Alright, that was really bad. Buzzing by all those pirates. That sucked. Okay, so that's 135k. I'm not black marketing it on purpose, because I'm trying not to piss off every faction. Let's go over to the siphon, where my ships are sitting there waiting for me. I'm going to take the weapons that I'm storing here, the crew, one of the synchrotron cores, so I can sell it, the gamma cores, beta cores. What else can I sell? That's probably all I want to part with. I'm going to keep everything else. So this stuff is I'm gonna hand over. Oh, and the ships. Well, there's not a lot of ships in this siphon station that I want, but let's take all the ones except for the big ones. I don't want them because they're just not that good. So we'll start shopping around for better ships. Wow, there is absolute garbage being offered here. Okay, if I'm shopping around, we're not going to find anything else in this system because this system is choked by pirates, so let's just transverse jump out of here. And I'm going to head over to Hybrasil because I want to turn over these cores too. Build ships out of garbage? No. Garbage ships are no fun. Because what will end up happening is they'll just constantly blow up. That's actually might be something I end up doing on purpose. I might actually not sell these ships I currently have, but to just buy a bunch of new ships and have them all sort of expendable and explode. So I'll buy a frigate. I will buy a Shrike. I could buy a Falcon. Or a Heron. I'm going to buy a Heron. And a Falcon. And a non-pirate Shrike. All right, let's talk to the station commander and turn over some cores for 810,000. And then bring on a whole bunch of crew, repair, and refit. So this will take a minute. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll keep the old ships I have, and if you are a sub of mine and you want something named after you, just type something in the chat. All of the new ships that I have here are going to be named in a second. So I'm just going to auto-fit these ships for better or for worse, because I just bought a whole lot of them. Maybe I'll pay attention to the Heron and the Falcon, but I'm going to auto-fit the rest. So the Heron class, let's do a bomber and interceptor and heavy fighter. What you're going to want for your carriers is weapons that have good range that keep enemies at bay, which is not something I currently have available to me. I'm just going to auto-fit the... Ew. I hate the fighters they chose. They put a thumper in there and no turrets. What the hell kind of autofit is this? The jankiest autofit ever. God. All right, taking a look at the fleet speed. My Heron needs to move faster. Got it. So... this needs to move faster. So we are going to add the automated drive field to it. I think is probably the way to make it go faster. I don't think any of these others do that. No, none of these other mods do that I can tell. Okay, so yeah, that's what we do. And then let's also give them the recovery shuttles, so that reduces the casualties suffered by fighter pilots by 75%. And here's my really rinky-dink Heron. I hate it. It's awful. And then, I don't know. This ship's gonna suck too, because there's not a lot of good options here. Yeah, there's no small mounts. Auto fit. Heavy machine guns and ion pulsers. Fine, whatever. I don't even like the mods they chose. So for these mods, let's give them dedicated targeting cord so they can shoot further, and extended no, it already has 270 shields. It doesn't need extended shields. Turreting gyros. So there's the... and let's start naming them. So this ship is going to be... Miss White Paws, I think you already have a ship named after you. Maybe? Yeah, you do. You have a mule named after you, but I'll name this after you because it's better. So the Miss White Paws. The mule that was named after is named Orton. I'm going to re-roll that because Orton, you are already a pilot. So then the Heron will be named this. Bubba Shug. The Phoenix below it will be the Bunker Joe Phoenix. This other Shrike will be the Esserveli Shrike, the Wolf, the Turtle Sandwich Wolf, the... Didn't I buy another wolf? No, I bought a Shrike and 2 wolves. And then the Mule, the Pirate Mule, will be the... Well, Poetic Artist, you're already a ship. The Sky Collective. Yep. All right. Let's go to Fleet. I still have 1 million left to play with, but I already have a lot of ships here. So go to Fleet. The person best suited for fighters. Trying to figure out who should be in the carrier. They're all bad. I'm gonna put Kilgore in. Miss White Paws will give you Orton. And then the next best ship is probably the Hammerhead. We'll put Fangface in there. And then after that is probably one of the Shrikes. I'll put the last pilot in here. Let's move the order so I don't have to scroll so far down for the combat ships. Putting the combat ships in front. Also to note, like, yeah, I have a lot more money and I could spend a lot more money on better combat ships, which I intend to do, but this will at least get me a foot in the door for some bounty hunting. And we have a wide variety of ships, so I don't have any blind spots or whatever you want to call it. All right, so then the mules, these are the pirate smuggling mules, the tankers, the freighters, the civilian transport, and the salvage. I really don't even need a civilian transport ship, but whatever. Area, we have it. Repair. What I'm going to do is go to one more spot to see if I can't find some point defense, because we have a lot of ships that just don't have point defense. It's embarrassingly bad. Refit. All right, this Falcon is missing some point defense, which shoots down, you know, lasers and shoots down missiles and fighters. Oh, I bought it all. Darn. God, this ship has nothing. Okay, whatever. We'll try one more stop for point defense. Yeah, aggressive pilots are good in carriers and stuff like that, so that they send the fighters out aggressively. Timid? I can't think of a good use for timid. Because you have a limited amount of officers, there's really no point in having an officer in a ship that won't enter combat. And all combat ships should not have timid pilots. I can't think of... I mean, there might be an edge case where it is useful. I can't think of that edge case, is all I'm saying. But perhaps such edge case exists. Okay, that looks good. This ship is not built well, but it's built... Actually, let me strip off the missiles and put more capacitors. And then the other one... I don't know. I'm actually going to get rid of the integrated targeting unit because it's not necessary for a carrier to have. And we'll put more point defense and suppression in it. All right, so that's... see. Point defense in the front, point defense in the back, suppression, 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 And we have, like, no extra anything. In general. Yay! There we are. Okay, that's fine. I'm not even going to weapon group it. Let's go find our bounties, because I could be doing this forever and always feel like I could be doing something better. So, taking a look at intel, going to bounties, we have a pirate base bounty near us. I'm not about to take out a outdated battleship onslaught. No thanks. What about this? This one's a little bit more reasonable. You are near a gas giant, yellow primary star. Okay, on our way. Didn't it say missiles were good for carriers? They are if you have good missiles. I don't exactly have good missiles. Hey, pirate! Join the battle. Take command of the action. And I'll put my big ships, I'll put all of my piloted ships in. So I'm third partying here. Their pirates were attacking someone else, and I'm helping the someone else. I honestly didn't even check who it was. I just jumped in and was like, let's do it. They have a Sunder, so pilot after my own heart there. They were about to probably die to these pirates, and now the oh, how the turns have tabled. Oh, never mind, I take it back. The pirates just have like a fuel tanker. What are you even doing attacking? You have no... You shouldn't. I don't get it. And they're defeated. This was not the bounty hunt you were looking for. I don't want their garbage ships. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go to our bounty hunt quarry. So they were at a gas giant. We'll just use any of these jump points. Oh, well, this isn't a yellow primary star. I'm definitely in the wrong place. Hop back out. I'm very low on fuel, though. Since when did my fuel just go kaputskis? I thought I had enough fuel for this trek. We'll have to be careful. So what I'm going to need to do is just to salvage up a whole bunch of fuel off of whoever we're killing here. Alright, there's a whole lot of fleets here, so there's no problem. I'm going to be able to murder my way into getting some fuel. And if not, I can always scuttle my own ships for fuel. I'm not planning on it. Here, 100 fuel there. And get the important stuff first, and then go for organics. Maybe they're their other gas giant. I did see some pings to the northeast, so let me check that out. So if you take a look at the sector map, I almost have enough... Yeah, I have enough fuel to sort of limp my way to Naraka. So I'm okay. It's not great, but I'm okay. There's a debris field. Not a pirate bounty. And even more fuel. And now I have enough to Let me close this. Now I have enough to pretty much get my all the way to Naraka, which is good. No one likes to get marooned. Hey, ZD. Welcome. Welcome, Raiders. How's New Vegas treating you? Oh, you know what? The bounty expired. I'm not chasing anyone right now. Because, yeah, it's an expired bounty. That sucks. Wacky and hilarious as always? Yes. I mean, that's New Vegas for you. I loved, it's really too bad that they, like, stopped bothering with the, good writing dialogues. Because New Vegas is full of, like, hilarious dialogue, and then I feel like Fallout 4 and everything that Bethesda has done since is just, like, so stale. Just my 2 cents. Alright, before I go limping over to the core worlds to try to pick up a new bounty, let me try to get some... Oh, I already hit that debris field. I'm going to try to pick up a little bit more fuel by hitting debris fields that I've skipped over. Seeing if I can't... Nope, hit that one too. There's something this way. It was a different house studio for NB. Yeah, you're right. Same publisher, different... Hey, weapon cache! Heavy burst laser, that's nice. SRMs, Perdition Wing, Mjolnir cannons. I like it. I like everything I just saw. And some random remnant that I'm not even gonna engage because don't care. Because I have the supplies, I'm just going to start full surveying when I can. I have the supplies, heavy machinery, and manpower. Because it could yield something. You never know. Every now and then you'll find something that is just oddly abundant. But that has not been the case. You also get experience. Yeah, this whole stream more or less has been me failing at surveying. It's been real sad. And then getting blown up in a not so wonderful fashion. That's Starsector in a nutshell, though. This is the last debris field that I'm going to check out before trying to return back to Core Worlds. Yeah, it's already already scavenged. Don't give up hope. You'll find the perfect place. There are some seeds. So if you don't want to leave it to chance like I have, you can definitely look at the forums, and people share people share seeds of like perfectly surveyed worlds. There's also it's pretty easy to put in a cheat code to reveal the whole galaxy, so you don't have to go surveying. So what you can do is you just generate a new galaxy, cheat, reveal it all. If you like the seed, you can then play it, or share it or whatever. So there is a lot of that. All right, so now I have no fuel, but I'm back in the core worlds. Calculated. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to have a random seed rather than one that was, you know, that I knew had something special. Oh, darn it. Accidentally, I left my transponder off, and they got pissed. Well, then you're going to be doubly pissed when I sell organs on the black market. The weapons I don't want to just up and ditch, I'm going to put aside. I also have that synchrotron core. Hey, Ascendancy. A bunch of raiders coming in. I'm putting all the weapons that I didn't want to auto sell away, And then before I do any more trading, let me learn those blueprints, because I could definitely see myself just selling them as well. Welcome, Raiders. Zero, thanks for all the gifted subs. I have been a absolute failure of a bounty hunter. I don't know if you know anything about this beautiful game here, Starsector, but here's the about. It is a, you know, open world, first person or single player space combat game where you, well, it's open world, so you kind of do whatever you want, and that is the beauty. And right now, what I'm trying to do is to bounty hunt, but it has been absolutely miserable because I've basically not found anyone to take bounties for. So I'm going to try that right now. Let's try to find a good bounty. End on a good note. That bounty would kill me. That bounty sucks. This bounty is really easy. Really easy. He's rumored to be hiding out 42 days remaining. Okay, so 2 days remaining, I can't do that. 42 days, I could probably get there in time. Hiding out in Xenor, near a gas giant. Primary star system is what? Binary star system. Let's take a look. Is this a binary? Probably, right? All right, so let's actually detour real quick to Yama, because I don't think I have enough supplies. Trade. Fuel supplies, done. Transverse shout. I have not settled on a world yet. I really just haven't found a good one. If you all think I should settle Mingadusa or whatever it's called, I could. But it's not that great. It doesn't have a lot of resources. It certainly doesn't have a lot of ore. It won't make a big fleet or anything like that. I'm real bummed that I have found not much at all. So is this the... Yep, this is the bounty fleet. Here we go. Here's a real bounty hunt. All right, I am not going to deploy my mules because they're designed for non-combat, but let's go! A real fight! Big fleet fight. So let me set up some strategies here. These ships support that. These ships support that. And then these two ships with heavy escorts do their own thing. With me going out in front and probably getting absolutely smoked. But I'll try to stay alive. Oh, not an afflictor. Fall back, fall back. I hate these little afflictor ships. Get me out of here. Oh, Jesus, that was a torpedo. From hell. Run, 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 run. Oh, God. Misses, misses, misses. I'm so dead. And I've destroyed myself. All right, so what I could do here, because I knew that that was going to happen, is let me hop into the heron. Oh, I don't want the heron. Fine. I wish I set up better weapon groups for myself than this godforsaken heron that I'm managing to get destroyed anyway. To be fair, I inherited it like overflux. All right, you wussy little falcon, get in front, my good man. You're the most geared ship in our fleet. You don't need to be hiding behind everything small. That is obnoxious. Yo, you're not even listening to my order. Have you been jettisoned to space? Because I'm about to do that. Look at you. Go here. What the heck is your problem? He keeps, like, strafing backwards away from the fight, even though I keep telling him to go forwards. Sometimes I hate the pilots. And that's not even a pilot that is timid. That's a steady pilot who is fleeing anyway because logic. All right, you know what? I'm taking over. You are fired. Oh, God, what am I taking over? Take over this one. I don't want the wolf. There we go. Now I can destroy a big ship for funsies. Unfortunately, again, the weapon grouping here is obnoxious. Because I wasn't designing the ships to be human commanded. But it definitely packs a bit more punch than the Heron that is, sneezable destroyed. And there goes all my ships. They're all, like, getting blown up. This is what happens when you rush ship design and you just go with what you got. Run! The funny thing about this bounty is, like, I'll probably do it, but I will have spent more on my own ships than the bounty nets in rewards. So it's not worth doing. But I wanted to show you a little bit of combat, even if it is rather pointless combat. But yeah, this ship is definitely more enjoyable to control than the Heron there. Yeah, all right, we are winning this, but like Pyrrhic victory here. Probably. Everybody, heavy escort me. I'm the boss. Ow. He just flamed out my engine. That was a good torpedo shot straight to my one of my engines. Nope, there goes the Heron. Bah, Heron. All of those alert noises is my combat readiness tanking. Because we've been deployed for too long. Because I have a fleet full of, like, crummy shrikes and wolves. Shh, game, shh, I know. Alright, everybody attack the mule. That wolf's about to kill itself. I love it. What wolf is that? Bye-bye, magic hippie wolf. Ow. So this is the living definition of Pyrrhic victory here. We're like, we might accomplish the bounty, but like losing 9/10 of my ships is not worth the bounty. Get over here. But I get to vent some destruction and frustration. The ships have been deployed so long, they're like critically malfunctioning now. Ow. Eat flux. And there we have it. Technically a victory, but not one I'd want to live with. Although the ships to recover, interestingly enough, if you take a look, none of it is well, there's a few difficult recoveries, but most of it is standard recovery, and the Heron here is not even demodded, which is not bad. But I don't think I'm going to be living with these consequences. I'm just going to load. At least you saw some combat, but it was not very good combat. It's kind of sad because there was only this and 10 other ships. What are the other bounties? The other bounties are like, that wasn't even that hard of a bounty, but it really stems from the fact that like these are all crummy, and if I really wanted to field a war fleet, I would need to do probably a good hour of shopping for like decent ships that can work together. A huge part of this game is the synergy between ships, if that wasn't already apparent to you all. Coming up with a specific style, whether it's harassing ships with fighters, or you know, big bulky energy ships with you know, carriers, or whatever sort of concept that you want to go for. It's important that you sort of stick to and dedicate to, so that you can, there will be some sort of synergy and cooperation within your fleet. So I think with that said, I am going to shed some dead weight, some of these dramatically demodded wolves that are geared up terribly, that just take up space in the fleet. The Shrikes are like, they're kind of crummy. They're workhorses, but they're not very good workhorses. Dominators are very, very strong. AI controls them very well. The AI controls a lot of the low-tier ships well. Dominators and Enforcers are usually controlled well by AI, depending on the pilot. Falcons are always a good choice. They're very solid. The Falcon is what I was using at the end of that last fight. Wow, there is a Legion battle carrier that is for sale. No demods or anything. That is affordable. Zero says get it. The trouble is I don't have a fleet to back it up. I will get the Falcon though, because the Falcon looks good. And if the Dominator was black market, I would probably buy that too, but it's not black market. I don't want to pay the tax. So what Falcon was that? This Falcon will be the, well, Squeaky Dink, you have something named after you. The Back Road Runner Falcon. I like it. Instead of the 10,000 light years Falcon. What? All right. Auto fit for an attack Falcon. Ugh. A bunch of mining blasters. No, thank you. What are you thinking? Because there's no other good weapons available. Well, we'll try to find one. Let's see. Let's go to the other planet and try to outfit this Falcon before. Your monthly reminder never to sell blueprints on the black market, or at least not the blueprints that you care about, because then it will fall into pirates' hands and they'll be using it against you. You can sell them on the black market if they're just blueprints you don't care about, though. Or that aren't strong, I should say. No. Ventures are kind of garbage cruisers. Eagles are good, but that's demodded. But I am here to refit too. So, come on. Fine, I'll go with ion beams. Not a great choice, but fine enough. Forget the heavy armor. We will go with... integrated targeting. So that's not a terrible That's not a terrible Falcon. And these sort of changes to the fleet here will really help out in the sort of bounty hunting, because, you know, the ships that I had fielded earlier were really, really, really bad. Like, notoriously bad. So I'll try to do one more shop here for ships at this next sector. But I'm a little worried that I'm not going to find that holy grail of a system to colonize, that I'll have to settle for something sort of average or even below par. Ew, there's nothing here. Oh my lord. What tier world is that? Scathy is a size 4 world? Oof. For size 4 world, that world had a severe lack of ships. I mean, it's... Oh, yeah, here's another Falcon. I guess we're going to have a Falcon fleet. And... we are going to need some crew. Too much. I'm doing a bit too much trading on the black market. This Falcon is going to be named the JDV2. Let's move it up. JD2VO, I should say. We're going to auto-fit this one, see how it does. I guess there's no weapons here. Pulse lasers, there's no medium ballistics. Oh, there are. They just didn't want to buy them. That is super weird. Arbalest autocannons aren't amazing, but they're like better than nothing. But there's no small lasers for this this ship right now. So we'll have to outfit it elsewhere. Last chance at Ragnar. JD2VO. Hey! Squeaky Dink just repaired the erratic fuel injector. That is from my field repairs. So the Squeaky Dink that had 2 demods now only has the 1. With that skill point, it's actually very useful to have a demodded ship in my fleet, so that, sort of like Luciferium, we get some freebie repairs periodically. They have an Eagle. Yeah, I'll cop for the Eagle. Falcons and Eagles. I guess that's where it's at. The Enforcers are pretty good, but I don't want to spend any more money than I already have. I'm not gonna say I bankrupted myself, but we've overspent as it is. So, targeting cores. And then this cruiser is all set. And then the Eagle here. Its autofit isn't terrible. It's obviously missing a lot of the small energy turret mounts because nothing is available. But this will be named the 0 Day. The 0 Day Eagle. I'm obviously uncrewed here, or dramatically undercrewed. And there we go. So it's a pretty reasonable fleet that we have now. It's going to be expensive to upkeep and supply and fuel and all that. But it's certainly better than what we had before. Let me get... Yeah, that's all the crew I'm going to need for it. And I'm going to actually go back on my promise, play just a few minutes longer to see if I can't refit the last ship here. so that we have a functional crew. Yeah, Birds of Prey, we're going full Klingon. Yeah, except for Klingon definitely would be like heavily ballistic, and we are, well, I don't know. The ships that we've been getting aren't truly ballistic ships, so maybe you're right. Refit. Yep, okay, we do have some point defense here, good. Another thing I haven't analyzed yet that I should is what is the speed of the fleet? So let me do that real quick. The Eagle needs to get it a little faster, unless I buy a tug. So this Eagle needs the augmented field drive, and then I'm going to do dedicated targeting core because that's going to be better than the integrated targeting unit, I think. Because this is, no, this is 35% versus 40%, I think. Hang on, let me check. I don't think it tells me it's modified range because this is 700. Yeah. I'm not sure which one's better. I think the integrated targeting unit actually might be better. Either way, that's the choice I'll make for this ship. And there we go. I don't like how it's outfitted. Actually, the light mortar on the medium hardpoint is kind of embarrassing. So let's see if I can do better. Hypervelocity driver. Ooh, maybe 2 hypervelocity drivers. Big anti-shield up front. And then, I'll put the harpoons in. Okay. This thing punches above its weight. So the PD lasers and pulsators are on auto. Okay, cool. That's a nice ship. Of course, I still have my tiny little Sunder, which is just gross. But whatever. So we have 3 Falcons, and Eagle, and then a bunch of other support destroyers. And frigates. We have some... The frigates are really good at chasing down, like, the small crap. Yeah. Nice. Not bad. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. Thank you so very much for watching. I will catch you next episode, or perhaps an upcoming stream. Farewell.